10 times celebrities shut down disrespectful interviewers in the most brutal way possible, leaving them speechless, embarrassed, or completely shutting down the conversation. From fiery clapbacks to walking out mid-interview, these stars weren't afraid to put rude hosts in their place. Get ready for some unforgettable and savage moments that prove not all celebrities play nice. 10. Chelsea Handler vs. Piers Morgan. Kicking things off with one of the least brutal, yet still iconic, shutdowns, we have Chelsea Handler vs. Piers Morgan. Back in March 2014, Chelsea appeared on Piers Morgan Live, but things went south fast when Piers started checking his phone mid-interview, blatantly ignoring her. Now, we all know Chelsea doesn't hold back, so she called him out on air for being the worst interviewer ever.
Tweet, very amusingly.
I wish you did. I mean, in the middle of the commercial break, I want your viewers to know, they must know because they're probably following you on Twitter. I mean, you can't even pay attention for 60 seconds. You're a terrible interviewer.
Well, you just weren't keeping my attention. That's
That's not my problem.
It is your problem.
This is your show. You have to pay attention to the guests that you invited on your show.
If they're interesting enough.
Yeah, they are. Listen, it doesn't matter how interesting I am. You signed up for this job.
Of course it does.
Well, maybe that's why your job is coming to an end.
Chelsea then took it even further, flipping the script on Piers, asking him the one question that left him completely stunned.
What's the moment if I said to you, I can give you one moment back in your life to repeat right now, what would you choose?
It would be spending this hour differently.
Can't you try?
9. Joan Rivers walks out on CNN. If there's one person who always said it like it is, it's Joan Rivers. On July 7, 2014, Joan appeared on CNN to promote her book Diary of a Mad Diva. Everything was going fine, until the host made a snide remark about her comedy being too offensive.
My last book was on the bestseller list 19 weeks, so my producer's not a fool. She said, write another. So I said, about what? She said, well, you're funny every day. Write about what annoys you or makes you laugh every day. And that's how the book came about. It was so great to write.
Instead of laughing it off, Joan clapped back immediately, pointing out how hypocritical the media can be.
Even with your fashion critiquing, while it's very mean in some ways, people can't wait to hear what you have to say. Really?
It's not mean. You can. It's not mean. I tell the truth. I'm sure I say the same things that all your viewers say to their friends sitting next to them on the couch.
The CNN host, instead of realizing her mistake, doubled down, which only pushed Joan further.
About feelings being hurt.
Well, not when it's about dresses. It's not about them. It's about clothing.
And then came the breaking point, when the host tried to corner Joan by bringing up animal rights activism out of nowhere. That was it. Joan had enough.
Of your book, you're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists.
You know, this whole interview is becoming a defensive interview.
No!
Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yes!
Shut up.
I'm talking.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist,
You're eating chicken.
Yeah.
You're eating meat. I don't want to hear this nonsense. Stop it with, and you do this, and you're mean, and you're that. You are not the one to interview a person who does humor. Sorry.
Instead of continuing the conversation, Joan ripped off her microphone and walked out, leaving the host absolutely speechless. 8. Russell Brand schools Morning Joe hosts. Russell Brand doesn't just do interviews, he takes over interviews. On June 17, 2013, Russell appeared on MSNBC's Morning Joe to promote his comedy event, but the hosts had no idea who he was and made zero effort to hide it.
Russell Brand. This summer he's embarking on his first ever worldwide comedy tour.
Russell tried to steer the conversation back to his work, explaining his love for stand-up comedy.
All right, joining us now, he's a really big deal.
He's a big deal.
I know. I'm told this. I'm not very pop cultured. I'm sorry. Comedian, movie star, author, and host of the show Brand X, Russell Brand.
But instead of engaging with him, the host joked about his accent.
The accent, you know, when I see him in person, it's totally fine. Forgetting Sarah Marshall or the TV show, it's fine. But on satellite radio in the car, I can't understand a single joke you say.
You can't understand it.
Then, the female co-host decided to join in on the mocking, which was the final straw for Russell.
I think this is my first
brand experience.
Yeah. I think it's not listening to him. It's experience. It's just sort of taking it all
He
in.
then completely flipped the script, taking control of the entire segment, and calling them out for being unprofessional, right to their faces. 7. Jim Carrey's red carpet roast. In September 2017, Jim Carrey attended New York Fashion Week and was stopped on the red carpet by E! News interviewer Kat Sadler. She started with a weird question, trying to make Jim comment on the meaning of the event.
Jim Carrey, yes.
What?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim
Jim's
Carrey.
response? A hilariously sarcastic remark that left the reporter visibly confused.
Is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine.
Trying to save the conversation, the interviewer switched topics, but Jim wasn't having it.
I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
You got to admit, it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons?
Then came his final line, one of the most memorable moments of the interview.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut it down
6.
now.
Bill Burr versus morning show hosts. Bill Burr doesn't tolerate nonsense, and he proved it in April 2015 when he appeared on Fox's morning show to promote his animated series F is for Family. Everything was going smoothly until one of the female hosts decided to confront him about some of his past controversial jokes.
Bill Burr, welcome to Good Day New York.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Well, the show is so funny. I'm just, is it based on your real life, or is it,
Yeah, no, it's definitely based.
Bill? He didn't hesitate for a second. Instead of backing down, he flipped the entire conversation, taking control of the moment.
Background is part of the show. Or at
Yes,
least
and I
2
wanted to
episodes.
talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian.
But that wasn't the first time Bill had to deal with people pushing his buttons. 5. Bill Burr versus Tony Hinchcliffe. Bill Burr also had an awkward run-in with comedian Tony Hinchcliffe on Kill Tony. At first, Bill was all smiles, thinking it was just a regular comedy show, until he realized how Tony sets up amateurs for failure for the sake of cheap laughs.
Just compliment someone, put it in the context of a joke, and an idiot will make a fool of himself.
Bill quickly picked up on what was happening, and true to form, he spoke his mind.
It's 1 minute now, and let's
fine.
just put an end to this, shall we?
Oh, thank you.
4. Jerry Seinfeld's legendary comeback. In 2007, Jerry Seinfeld was promoting his film when Larry King made a shocking mistake, asking if Seinfeld was canceled.
So you gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
Jerry was offended and stunned, delivering a legendary clapback.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Is this still
CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But, yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am?
Then, in 2016, Jerry had to shut down yet another interviewer who tried to drag him into a race controversy.
The guests are mostly white males. Of 22 episodes that you've had.
Yeah, let's get into that.
No, but you...
Take a look over here, Peter. What do you see? A lot of whiteys. Oh, this really pisses me off.
3. Shane Gillis versus Flagrant Podcast. During a 2022 Flagrant Podcast appearance, comedian Shane Gillis was blindsided by an insensitive comparison.
Coming out, okay, they have a live special, and they're going to sell it through the website. What's the website?
GillyandKeeves.
Having family members with Down syndrome, Shane was visibly uncomfortable and didn't appreciate the joke.
Actually has been working out, dude. This is
Let's see it. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Bro, you look good.
But when they pushed even further, he lost it.
My guy's nice.
By the way,
that's wild.
These guys are awesome.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
For you guys to sit here and be like,
wait a minute.
Let's bring it up and mock them. That's That's a dude.
We're mocking
By
you.
using them as an insult.
1. Tiffany Haddish destroys a reporter. At the 2022 Oscars after party, a reporter made a shocking comment about Tiffany Haddish's stunning gown.
A little costume change?
Tiffany's response? Absolute gold.
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Which moment was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more celebrity moments. The next one is even better. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.